guys. I mean, the bat's heavier than they are sometimes. Okay? So that's why I always like to, when I got a kid really struggling, we go right back to the basics. Get straight across. Okay? I like to see them dive in just a little bit so that your front foot comes, see how I just moved just a little bit? So they're into the plate, not here. All right? So in terms of stance, I think it's very important. All right? Next, position of our hands. All right, so you get here, you got them all set, they got their hands right, they got a good balanced stance. This stuff here, okay, no good. Because every hitter, if you watch every hitter on film, their hands go to the same spot eventually. You have to. Okay? I don't care if they're here, I don't care if they're down here like this, they all go to here before they swing. All right? So if you got a guy up here, he's been watching TV, he's been watching the pros, and he sees this here, he's gonna do it just like him. Well, they're not strong enough, big enough, and they haven't been doing it long enough to hit like them. Okay? So, because first thing he does is go, boom, right to here. Right to the same slot, every time. All right? So get them in the slot right away. As they get older, and you face faster pitching, get to, his age group, where they get elite, and they're bringing the ball a little bit. This kid here, he's never going to get there. Okay? All right here, you see this? You're facing the guy doing this, you tell your pitcher, you just keep jamming him. Keep throwing it in under his hands. He'll never get to here. Okay? So what we like to do, and you'll see, believe me, you'll have 12 kids on your roster, you'll see 12 different stances, 12 different, 12 different positions of the hands, everything. This is what you want to do is just simplify it for them. Hitting's hard enough. So try to get them in a good balance. The thing I like to tell them is just stick it right here. Set it on your shoulder for a minute. Right at the end of your shoulder, right? Then just take it up from here. Okay? Right from here, right at the end of the shoulder. Because now I'm already right here, ready to go. Point A to B. A to C we call it. A to C. Get there. Okay? We don't need to get around the baseball. A lot of times we refer to as he's going around the ball. He's going around the ball. What that means is he's here, then he goes to here, and then he swings to here. A, B, C. You want to say A to C right here. One motion. Bam. That's it. Okay, if you see it like a big roundhouse, not going to get it done. Might get it done, 9, 10-year-old guys lobbing it and throwing it pretty good in there. You get away with a lot of stuff when they're like that. What's up, Coach? But as they get older, and that's why it's important for you guys, you younger coaches, to make sure that they get the foundation before they get older. Because the minute the ball's thrown at 80 mile an hour to 85 mile an hour, things change. Your bat speed better be there. You better get your hands in the slot quick enough. You better be lined up, ready to go, and in balance. Okay? Because if you're not going to touch it. So it's important to teach them the habits now at 8, 9, 10 years old to get a good stance. Have your hands in the right slots. Be ready to go. Okay? Any questions on that stuff so far? Listen, they're going to fight you, some of you guys, on how they hold their bat and how they stand and
tooth
all
and
that.
nail every time. Yep.
Okay. What I would do is, you guys, I've just told you, like if you got a kid who really wants to keep his hands up here like this, he's, oops, sorry.
Commercial.
Turn that off. I got a scrimmage today. I'm sure they're telling me about the field. Here's what you do. Go out there. If he's like this, okay, let me throw BP to you. All right? Get up on him a little closer so you can throw it where you want to throw it. Throw it right here under his hands all day long. Watch how he swings and misses at it. If he does hit it, okay, if he yanks 30 feet foul. All right? Same thing if they want to be open. Say, okay, get in there. Right? And when they want to stay here, just throw them out here all day long. Okay? He won't sniff it. Trust me. All right?
If he hits it, let him.
Yeah, and then the catcher too. Usually I used to look at stances all the time. If the guy's wide open, that's
We're going away, aren't we? So like I said, it's important to get that nice balance right here into the shoulder, okay? There's a lot of, I've heard a lot of this. I don't know where it all started from. It all came from my generation, all right? Get that elbow up. Got to get that back elbow up, okay? That doesn't do anything, okay? Here's what you got to do. When the elbow's up here, where's it got to go?
Come down.
It's got to come down now and go right to where I just told you to go.
Yeah.
All right? But you're going to see it. You will see it, trust me. All right? And hey, listen, here's the other thing about hitting. If you got a kid, you go out there, you're throwing to him, he's got his elbow up here, and he is just raking it. I mean, he's hitting it all over the yard, no matter where you throw it. Leave him alone. We don't need to change him, right? You might suggest to him, hey, you know, as you get older, you might want to start bringing this down a little bit, because you got to get quicker with your hands. You got to get quicker with your hands as you get older. That's the key. All right, so I don't like to mess with any hitters. Like they show up as freshmen at the high school, I mean, they're just ripping the ball, and they're open or they're closed, or we're going to watch them for a while. I'm not changing them now. Okay? There's not one way to hit. You go to all these hitting gurus out here, all these guys that are charging you $500 for the winter to teach you how to hit. Okay? They're good guys. They're putting their time in and they know what they're talking about. The problem is they teach you one way to hit. All of them. And there's not one way to hit. Watch the big leagues. Every batter has a different stance and a different approach. It's not one way to hit. But there are some basic fundamentals. If you watch all these guys with the crazy stances and swings, they all end up one spot. Right here, in balance, right here. Every time. Might look different when they start. That's the keys you look for. All right? If a kid has great bat speed, he's here, but his bat speed's off the charts, that's the other thing you gotta look for. If you get this, kid looks so pretty, he's got the nicest swing, but his bat speed, he's not going to hit my girl throwing underhand because he just wants to look pretty. That's no good. It's all about bat speed. That's why it's important, I think, to get him right here. I was just like this right here, right off the back shoulder. Because now I can get to point A to B quicker than any other slot. And that's what it's all about. All right? Any questions on that stuff? All right, now I'm just going to show you some basic stuff on the tee.
Hey, Jimmy, before you do that,
Yeah.
drop down and tell them a little bit about the lower half.
Yeah. Well, I was going to do that on the tee here.
Okay.
You know, you're going to see what Coach was talking about is you see a lot of this, what we call sit and spins. Okay? They don't move anything here. Okay? It's all here. You know, they just spin on it like this. They take a little step and they're swinging all arms. Okay? On a little diamond, they might flare a few out into center field, but the kids that do that when they get to the high school, ball never even gets to the shortstop. So now, okay? So what I'm going to show you on the tee in a second here is, I used to always tell them, like, replace your front hip with your back hip. In other words, I'm going to go from here to here. My hip is right here, getting in. All right? Everything drives from the back half, right here. I personally used to hit with a little bit of weight back here right before the pitch, only because I wanted as a little indicator for me to stay back, keep my weight back. So I would just rock back. You know, I'd be ready, and I just at the last second, I would just rock to my right here, a little weight right here. Okay? So the bottom half is just as important as all the stuff I showed you. And that's what I'm going to show you on the tee, how to work with that. A lot of kids just, their goal is to just, I got to hit the ball. Boy, I really got to hit this somehow, some way. What we really want them to do is learn how to hit the baseball, drive the baseball. We don't want to just hit it. We want to drive it. We want to get this bat head out with some bat speed, and we want to drive it. We want to see the ball come off the barrel. Okay? That's the guy, when you know he's barreling it up all the time, now you got a hitter. Okay? So, any other things on that, on the bottom?
So, we were talking about balance earlier. One thing that I was focused on when I was doing a little more balance is I try to step on the inside of my ball of my foot there. Sometimes, you know, you can take a big step forward and you're kind of out front and your weight shifts.
Yeah, and getting back to that balance just real quick before I go to the tee. Here's the one thing you got to watch for. Guy's in balance right here. He's right here. And his first move is all the way out here. I mean, he strides 2 feet. You got to try to get him to stop that for 2 reasons. One, there's no way he's in balance. Number 2, his head is dropping this far when he does that. Okay? When you get here, if you watch my head and I go to here, my head just... So what happens when your head's moving, your eyes are moving. And when your eyes are moving, it's hard to track a ball, and your head's going down, your eyes are moving. Okay? So that's why, if a guy likes to be wide, it's okay. You just tell him, stay wide. Just pick it up and set it down. Don't stride on top of it. Stay wide, but just pick it up and set it down. That's your stride. A lot of pros now. They've all gone away from the strides, a lot of them. You watch all of them. They're all out here. They just set it up, pick it down. Watch Albert Pujols. Doesn't stride at all. Just sits it up, puts it down. It's all just a timing mechanism is all it is. Okay? So watch for the long stride. Creates a lot of problems. Okay? Now, I'm going to talk to you about the tee. The problem with the tee is it's great, and it's a great way to start your season. Get them all on a tee, if you can find one, if you have one. The thing is, what you'll see is a kid gets in there, and he's got his partner, and they're putting the balls on it, and he's just boom, boom, boom. He's just hitting away, and, you know, he's spinning like this. You know, he's not really doing anything. Hitting it off the tee, big deal. You need a challenge, what we call 10-10-10. Okay? I call it 10-10. We've been calling it that for a long time. Okay? You need to make them work. Okay? If I'm right here, I'm getting my basic stance. I got the middle of the plate. Boom. I'm in the middle of I'm in the middle, right? Ball's down the middle of the plate, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right? So we're going to hit 10 into the middle. So what I'm watching for is his stance, his balance. It's not a rapid-fire event. So I try to tell him, get your stance, get set, look out at the pitcher. You're looking out, track it, boom, go. Don't just stand here and stare at the ball, boom. Because as you get older, they don't put it on a tee for you anymore. Okay, so get in the habit of having them look out here at the pitcher, act like they're tracking the ball, pick it up, and go. All right, so we're hitting 10 in the middle, which is just your basic stance. 10, and you know, you don't want to see if he's hitting it in the middle, hitting it over here, hitting it over here. We're trying to drive the ball up the middle. Down the middle, we're trying to drive it up the middle. Okay, now if he pulls it a little bit, that's okay. You know, he might have good bat speed. But that's the easy one. Now, you want to teach them to hit the ball the other way. As kids, it's the hardest thing for them to do. As high school, we struggle trying to get them to go the other way. But they have to learn how to go the other way. So if I'm going to try to hit the ball to left field, okay, what I want to try to do is, most people say, oh, you know, you gotta get out here. You're not hitting an outside pitch out here. Okay? Because if I am, I'm out here on my front foot like this. I'm out of balance, and I'm hitting a little flare to left field. That's no good. What you want to do is have them put that ball back here, just inside their back foot. And you always want to catch the ball on the outer half of the plate deep, what we call deeper. You want to catch it back here by the plate. Okay? Not out here, because where am I at? I'm already out on my front foot and I'm done. Okay? So I'm hitting it here, back here, okay? And I'm hitting the ball right here every time in the net. But the key is getting the ball back here for them in their stance. They'll sit here like this. Normally, they won't be paying attention. Nobody's watching me. They'll just they'll be trying to do this and all this to try to get the ball over there. That's not where you hit the ball. If the ball's down the middle, do we try to hit it to left field? Me? No, I'm trying to drive it. But the ball that's on the outer half, I'm going to teach them to hit the ball here. But you've got to get the ball back in their stance. So that's the other 10. So I go 10 middle, 10 out, 10 in. So when I guys show up for practice, even these little 13-year-olds that I'm coaching now, they know. 10, 10, 10. When you're done, let me know. That's how we start. 10, 10, 10. The 10 in, okay, a little different. You got to get the ball out front. Let the ball get out in front of their front foot, but get them up on the plate here. Not easy. Okay? You got to teach them to get that front hip open. All right, the ball's in under my hands. You know, I'm not going to hit like this. I'll never get to it. So I've got to get my hip open right here. And I've got to hit, turn, and hit it here. That's what they're working on. That ball that's inner half, we have to pull that ball. Okay, so you go 10 middle, 10 out, 10 in. Make them adjust the tee. Meaning, put it up on the inside, put it back for the outside, keep it in the middle. All right, make it a game. Make it fun. Okay? Kids are all about fun. And in this generation, particularly, okay, it's instant gratification. This game is boring, I'm done. Okay? So, you have to make it a game. All right? You got 30 swings. I'm giving you 30 swings. Middle, out, in. I want you to come back and tell me how many you hit. Okay? Everybody else is running, the winner don't run. If he hits 30 for 30, he's good. Now we got him working. Now we got him focused. I don't want to run. I want to win. Okay? So I challenge him. Percentage game. I hit 20, and the other guy's counting for him. Ah, no good. You know, that's 8 for 10 going up the middle. That was, you know, what they don't know, what they don't know realize is you really got them doing what you want them to be doing. You got them hitting it the other way where they're supposed to. You got them pulling the ball where you want them. They don't even realize it. They think it's a game. But they're actually getting their work done now. All right? So, any questions about the tee? Because I see it so many times. I watch a kid, he's over there, his hat's on backwards or like this. He's had enough. He's just swinging. And, I mean, it's like, really? Don't waste my time. That's what I tell them. Get in there and have a purpose. Okay? Then, after a while, get them off of this. It's good at the beginning. Get them off it. The ball's not sitting on a tee in a game. Unless you T-ball, guys. Okay? Yeah, that's where I'm going now. The next thing we go to, the next phase, and this is where I'm at now, because our kids have hit off the tee all winter, is we do what we call soft toss. And you guys all know what soft toss is, right?
Yeah.
The key to me in soft toss is all the things that I just talked to you about. Okay? I don't want, you know, you'll see guys over there, you're not looking, your back's turned, here they are. Okay? Listen, it's a game again. All right? I draw a line across the net. Right? Or imagine there's a line, whatever. Say, see this here? Not one ball should be above that line or above your waist when you hit it. What I'm trying to help them, what I'm trying to teach them now is, we're not in here just trying to jack it off soft toss. Okay? We're trying to hit the ball down. That's what you want. At A to C, like I was talking about, boom, down. So if every ball hit the floor and the net, boom, right here, now we've got something going. That's what you want.
I tell my kids that you want to like swinging an axe downward.
Yeah.
That's the
A
correct
lot of people
swing.
used to call it like just chop.
Right.
Like an axe. Okay? We like to call it 8 because the kids say, oh, an axe, yeah, I'm swinging a bat. You know, they think it's funny. You know, we're A to C. No B, not out here and into here. We're right from here to here. So, and the biggest thing with soft toss, I'm not going to lie to you, this guy.
Toss it.
Okay? The last thing you want to see him is throw it hard at him. He's throwing it, and this guy, yeah. We want the ball out here, where the guy's actually striding into the baseball. Boom. Right here. Waist high. Not here. Not at my feet. Not like a line drive like this right at me. Like doing this. Okay? It's not a speed drill. That's all the kids want to do.
Right.
On the tee and soft toss. They all say, I got mine done, coach. What do I do next? Well, I want you to go 3 times. You know, slow down. Get your stance. Get your balance. Think about what you're doing. Look out, pick him up, and go. Let the tosser, let him get set again. You don't want him to get rushed through it. And that's what you see a lot. The other thing is, when he's telling me, it's an old thing, and this is something you want to tell him, no flipping like this.
Right.
Okay? Even at shortstops, your middle infielders, which he'll touch on. Okay, we don't flip the ball like this. We flip it like this. Okay? Stiff wrist. Okay? Just like that. You'll get away from this and all that. You just, boom, right here. All right? So when they do that, we're right here constantly. Now, for you old guys, let's say they're starting to get bored, older, not old guys, but the ones that are coaching the older kids. There's a, you know, you guys start to see curveballs, right? You're starting to see some curveballs, you know, which you bet you shouldn't see till you're about 13, 14, to be honest with you. Prior to that, kids shouldn't be throwing them. But they do. They will. You know, that's their dad's problem when they're 16 and you can't play no more. Okay? I don't fight that. But my kid, I'm not throwing them. I got the best players in Jackson right now. They still aren't throwing curveballs at 13 yet. Throwing change-ups and fastballs. Anyway, what you do here is he'll flip it up in the air. Go ahead, just flip it once. A little higher. He'll go a little higher, like that. See how it's, now we put the loft on it? What we're trying to accomplish is this. What you want to get them to do is keep the hands back and the weight back. Weight on it, weight on it, weight on it, go. Because that's what a curveball, that's what you're doing with a curveball. You have to keep your, if you get out here on a curveball, you're finished. Okay, if I do hit it, it's not going anywhere. All right, so the key is keep that weight back, wait. See how I'm in balance? I haven't done anything, I'm just waiting. And then I'll go. That's what you have to do with the curveball. So we do this soft toss drill. We just throw them up. Kid actually has to sit and watch it come down. Track the ball down. Okay? That's a good way to get them to do all speed pitches.
And then we do this, and now this is a high school drill. We do this where they just have to load and wait. And I don't toss the ball.
Yeah.
It'll start teaching them how to load. And the little guys, you don't want to, I mean, they have a hard enough time getting through the ball anyway. But if you want to start teaching some loading on a younger player, just have them pick their front toe to their front toe. Automatically, I've loaded my weight to the backside. That's their load. You have a little 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-olds doing this big load stuff with their upper half. You know, everything's going to go by him. But just pick your left heel up and you've automatically started the load, and it should be when this tosser goes like this.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean? You know, like he won't throw it. We won't throw it. He's like faking. And if he's like, where are you going? It's like a hitting. You got to wait and see it, right? Which brings me to my last topic before I talk about practice real quick. Now this is something that is for older kids, okay? And I wish, you know, I was a pretty good hitter when I was younger, but if I would have learned at 10, 11, 12 what I found out in college, I would probably have been even better. Kids will tell you what, you know, like they'll take a strike right down the middle, strike three, boom, fastball. I mean, couldn't get any better, right? You're like, what are they doing? Well, I'll tell you what they're doing. They're guessing. Okay? Especially, you're not going to see this. This is not for 8, 9, 10-year-olds. Okay? But it's something for them to start thinking about. Every single pitch, you should look for one pitch, a fastball. Every pitch is a fastball. 0-2, I don't care if the kid's out, you look for a fastball and adjust. Every pitch. Okay? Because when you get older, they don't just throw 0-2 curveballs. They're going to try to paint the outside corner with a fastball. So if I'm in here going, ah, here comes the curve, here it comes, and I'm waiting, and boop, strike three, sit down. Okay? You know, when I was growing up, I just saw it and hit it. You know, nobody told me any different. I became such a better hitter when I took all the guesswork out. Mentally, I looked for a fastball every pitch, and I adjusted to the curve. Even 0-2. Even if he just threw me 2 curves in a row, I'm looking fastball. Get it in their head. Because you don't make any money in baseball hitting the curveball. Okay? You better be able to hit a fastball at every single level. So, why not look for it every pitch? That's something you tell them. Well, don't be looking for a curveball. And on top of that, at your guys' level, if you do have a kid throwing one, he's probably throwing 1 out of every 4 for a strike. He's bouncing it. He's, you know, it's very important. First pitch, what are we looking for? You hear me talking to our kids. What are we looking for? Fastball. Okay? He throws me that curveball the first pitch. Strike one. Great. I just saw it. I got to see the spin. I got to see how far it dropped. I saw everything. He just showed me. In my mind, he just showed me his hand. Okay. It's 0-1, no big deal. Go ahead and throw it again. Not saying you can't swing at him after that, but now you can recognize the pitch a lot easier than going up. First pitch, I swung at one in the dirt. Now I'm 0-1. What's coming next? Either that or another curveball in the dirt because I just chased one. Okay, so you got to get it in their heads. Simplify the game mentally for them by saying, listen, you're not looking for anything but a fastball. And if it's not a fastball, you'll pick up the speed right away. You might not pick up the spin like of a curveball, but you'll pick up the speed right away. And that's when you got to teach them, keep your hands back and your weight back. Stay back, go. Okay? It's not easy for young kids, trust me. But as they get older, start teaching them that stuff mentally in their head now. All right, any questions? All right, lastly, I'm going to talk to you about how I run a practice for hitting. All right, listen, I already told you guys, baseball's a boring game for 8, 9-year-olds. Got one guy out there, and he's pitching batting practice. These guys are out there just, bored to death, watching the airplanes go by, chasing butterflies, whatever you can think of. Next thing you know, you look out there, one's laying down.
Shoes off.
Okay, yeah. So you got to keep it entertaining for them. So what we do is, first of all, we put them in hitting groups. Okay? I assign them at the beginning of the year. You two guys are going to hit together. You two guys are going to hit together. That's group 1, 2. We have 6 hitting groups every time. And I'm not trying to figure out who hit last and who's up next. I call them out by numbers. Group 1, let's go. You're in. Those 2 guys will run in there. They're getting ready to hit. One guy's chasing foul balls. The other one's hitting. But the other guys, we're playing baseball behind us. We're fielding the ball off the bat. Okay? We got a guy at third, we got a guy at short, second, first, all the outfield spots, and we're fielding the ball. When I'm throwing BP to him, he hits it, I'm turning around, I'm already watching my defense. What are they doing? That keeps them all involved. Then I tell them, for every non-line drive that hits the grass, that's how many bases we run. In other words, I got a kid out in center field, doesn't want to do nothing, he just wants to sit there. That's great, he'll get it. Well, there's one for you. There's 2. I'll be yelling out. I want him to play the game. I want to watch my players. I want to see if that kid can go track a fly ball. And what a better time while we're hitting. And believe me, it moves better, quicker than you think. As soon as I see the play, I'm already ready for the next pitch. Boom. Now, the kid might be out of position a little bit. If they hit it there, so what? All right? The other thing is we throw the balls into a guy standing behind second base with a bucket. We're not throwing the balls all the way in by coach. Balls are rolling all over the infield. Now we got to go pick them all up. No. Have one guy standing out behind second base. Everything goes to him in a bucket. Need balls. Kid runs in with his bucket. We switch out buckets. There he goes, right back out. Speeds it up. Okay? So we challenge him during BP. Okay? My shortstop is out at shortstop fielding ground balls in batting practice. Okay? And when he gets lazy, I get on him. Let's go. It's a ball game. Let's go. We got to make that play. Because they'll get lazy, but it keeps them involved. Okay? And you move them around because you guys can't, you're not playing every position. Your shortstop's not playing shortstop every game. He might be pitching one game. Okay? So that keeps them involved. The other thing is, what I like to do is, we run the bases while we're taking BP. Okay? Last time he swings, let's go, bust it. It's on. We call it live. If he hits a gap shot, his last one, we're playing it. We're going to try to throw him out at second base. Okay? But if he's not, let's say he pops one up in the infield. Sprint the first anyway. Okay? He gets the first. I don't know who's leading off. Any of you guys leading off? Even if you're not. If you're not leading off, he stays on the bag, right? Now, we're going to bunt. First one, we're bunting. Guy squares, the bunt. He misses it. This kid at first better not be standing on second. This is a good time for you coaches to coach him. See the ball on the ground. Don't go anywhere. You get a good secondary lead. You watch. It's on the ground. We go. Okay? Then we get out to second base. Let's say we get the bunt down. Now he's swinging away. You're batter. Get out to second base. You know, we're teaching him. He's got a lead or he doesn't have a lead. And we hit a pop up the shortstop. Is he running to third? No. I'm saying, where are you going? Read the ball off the bat. Now we hit a base hit to center field. There he goes. We're scoring. So you can incorporate some other things, you know, in your batting practice. And if you keep them moving, group one, let's go. When group two guys, the second guy is hitting, I've already got the next group coming in. Now, do I have a right fielder right now? I might not. Doesn't matter. Keep them moving. Keep it going. Them guys get done. Get your helmets. Get out there. Let's go. You got right. Let's go. And you keep them moving just like that. The other thing is, because you hit them in groups, don't give one guy 20 balls. Give him 6 and go around twice. Or give him 8 and go around. Just keep them moving. Who cares if you go around 3 times? But they're in and out. They're moving on and off the field. Guy's running the bases. This guy's doing this. He's running in. So now, before you know it, you're done. They're like, wow, that wasn't bad. Nobody's standing around. Biggest pet peeve, he'll tell you I have. Coach Witt over here will tell you too, because I coach football. If I see 3 kids standing there doing nothing, I'm upset. What are they doing? Why aren't they doing something? Okay? You shouldn't have that. Your guys' roster sizes can't be 16, 17 kids, right? What do you got? 10, 11, 12 kids?
Varies time to time.
You know, we had kids, I'd have practice, we'd have 18 kids down there on JV. I got them all moving, doing something. You know?
The crowd's on the